So this video goes over 40 plus secret details and hidden features in the Grand Theft Auto Online Mansions DLC that Rockstar didn't tell about, which can be overwhelming when you first get a mansion. Alright, so there was a lot of things, okay, there are a lot of things, a lot of revelations, but I'm going to try to go over some of the things that you might not known about, because it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially when you first get a mansion and you were like, what's going on here, what rooms do I walk in, what can I interact with, etc. Right, so let's dive into it. We'll get into mansion management system in a little bit, but one of the things it allows you to do is change the decoration and the entrance option. Then you have to pay for in order to change out of decoration. So it's been like a kind of a big long paintings right there, right? You can see there there's a kind of a handful of different styles, different varieties. As I'm sure guys, there is a spa in our brand new mansions, and there's a handful of feeders, they're including one of them which actually restore your like a mental state. Okay, if you stay in a spa long enough, I don't exactly know what it does, or if it's just like a kind of a gimmick, or if it's something that in the perfect world would work. I am not sure about it, but it's one of the features of the spa itself. So another feature though, if you'd like to be fully immersed in a spa lifestyle, is you can actually go over one of these tables with the white towels on them. And if you press on the E button on a keyboard, you will be able to put on a white silk robe, fully immersing yourself in a spa lifestyle. So, and if you go up to the table, you can remove this robe, so that when you're leaving the spa, you can get back into your normal clothing. So you probably noticed this as well, but in all the recent Grand Theft Auto Online properties, Rockstar will usually put bowls of snacks at least in one specific location, and in this case, there are bowls of snacks all over the place. So they are free, and you can fill up all your snacks. It's very useful, especially for the new mansions, and that Rockstar have added into the game again. Again, this is something that they have done really all in all of the new properties that they have added over the years, and the mansions are no exception. Also, one more thing guys, I wanted to share that in the Rockstar, in this mansion DLCs, you can see that seamlessly interiors, like for the doors, if you enter, those are seamless. But basically those are not seamless before, right? You could have the loading black screen and stuff, you should wait, and then it will load. For example, there are still there in some parts, like in the lifts and some of the parts of this mansion, as well as in the other properties. But in this mansion DLCs, many of the things you have some seamless interiors. That is really quite good, and it could be a teaser, or it could be a Easter egg, probably a kind of a things like that could be upcoming in GTA 6 as well. So now I know that this isn't necessarily a secret feature, kind of this all its features are, but I had a lot of trouble when I was entering this property, how to figure out how to get a vehicle or a car, or on my podium I wanted to, right? It could look super cool, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So every time I ended up going inside of the going inside this room, that room, not sure about it, right? The podium area, so it is not directly clear, okay, but it's just again going to garage, so I just get more and more confused. Well, it turns out you have to go to a blue corona ring inside of the garage. You have to select a vehicle, and once you have selected a vehicle, you have the option to move it anywhere in the garage. So, but you could also move it to a podium, and you can also do it so to your driveway as well. So there's like 2 spots out there. Now be warned that this doesn't allow you to have 3 additional vehicle spots. It still takes up a garage spot. Technically, it just allows you to move it around the property. So keep that in mind. You are not getting extra spots if you have moved them from the garage. But that is how you get them from the garage to the podium and the driveway. Can another big question arise about how these mansions were going to work? Is it like what other players would see if you were inside of the mansion, and if you ended up owning them? Well, this is what it looks like. Basically, from the outside, you don't see anything if the mansion itself is still there, but you cannot see into the interior. It is not loaded, and any of sort of a unique customization is not applied. So as expected, the mansion is an instance area where you have to enter and leave through the gate. It's not something that just exists in free mode. Yes, it feels like it because you get to the outdoors and you can see the weather changing and stuff. So like that, but it's not technically in free mode. Now you can see the mansions from the other interiors, Though it's not like if you go inside, Rockstar doesn't load them. Like for example, if you go inside to Casino Penthouse, you can actually see the new mansions. They are still there. They are not removed from the world. So that's kind of cool immersive feature that's even though you can't see someone's personal mansion, the insides, all the upgrades they've done, they're still part of the world. So no matter where you go, even if you go inside somewhere, these mansions are here to stay. All right. So another cool thing you might not have known about in your trophy room, you have got a map of Los Santos and San Andreas there. And I was trying to figure out what this kind of the kind of a green pin dots or something like that. What is that, right? I'm just confused. So those are all basically properties that you own again, right? Again, I was trying to figure out why some people had so many people, at others. It's because all depends on how many properties you have. So very cool. Didn't know if you guys knew about this, right? I'm not sure about that, if you already know or not. All right, so moving on, you might also remember from the opening cutscene that Michael DeSanta sort of hands up his business card, and at the first I didn't know what we're supposed to do with that, right? I didn't know if he was going to calling us personally, but you might be wondering where that card go. It's actually sitting on our decks. I don't know if it is foreshadowing this fact that later on a story helps us on the mentions a mission right at the very end, or if it's trying to foreshadow that something else will be happening later down the line. But either way, Michael gives us his business card and we hold on to it, which is kind of a neat. Also, if you dial a number mention his card, he won't pick up, but that's a real number of Michael in story mode. So I think one thing that's is a lot of people were looking forward to with this update was having pets in the game. You can have both a dog and a cat. You can name both of them, and what's kind of cool is they don't just stay in one spot. The pets will actually move around. You can interact with them, you can pet them. For the cats in particular, they sleep on a number of different spots, even on your bed, right? Same with the dogs, but the cats, they will actually purr. Like you can hear them purring if you got your headset on, and if you got the volume up loud enough, which is very cool. So Rockstar Games did a really nice job with that patch, so sort of like making them a nice little feature to the game, and they have also done enough to make them interesting. So how they move around, how we can name them, etc. So a cool detail you might not have known about, right? So you can check out the videos, the previous videos, you can come to know how to name all that, right? So moving on, I don't know if it is a if it can be a gimmick, or you can both probably have to actually work, but the workout equipments and the yoga mats that you have, you can both work out and you can do yoga. So they actually are supposed to give you bonuses, like for example, if the yoga stuff will actually allow you to sprint and swim quicker, and apparently some people might seen that actually it works, and as you work out you gain strength for a temporary bonuses kind of thing. Again, don't know what is supposed to mean, especially if you are a veteran GTA Online character that probably already has all the stats maxed out, as I'm not again entirely sure about this and currently what this entails, but those are some interesting bonuses for some of the little side gimmicks that's very included in the mentions. So now going back to the mentions management menu, there's a handful of different things here that Rockstar didn't explain all that much. So you can invite people to your mention, which is pretty straightforward. You can customize a handful of things like decorations, which you have the ability to change the artwork or move things around. There's a lot of customization that you can do each mention, right? Kind of becomes its like own unique world compared to others. Again, you can also put some trophies in the trophy cabinets at a lower level. There's like 32 of them. Rockstar allowed you to choose between based on all the things you have done in the game. And there's also like a plaque that you can put on the same wall if you have done again some of the things in the game, right, that Rockstar deem are worthy of a plaque. And you can also choose to remove if you want the gym equipments. And also make sure in the trophies you can select which trophies you want, and which you have already own in the game. Like for example, what you have achieved, that only you can put it. If you haven't achieved, you can do it, but exactly you can see what you haven't done yet. So that you can check in this trophy cabinets, all right, each and every one. And you can also choose to remove the pets too. I don't know why anyone would choose to do that, but I guess if you are not a pet person and you wanted to make things cleaner, because you can hide a cat bed and you can hide the dog kennel. But honestly, the pets are very awesome. You got to keep those like gym equipment. I can see wanting to get rid of it because it kind of looks maybe a little clunky on the patch here. Right now you can also upgrade Also, you can choose which music in your nightclub, and if for whatever reason you are annoyed by the AI, whether it's Angel, OG, or it's Haviland, you can actually disable them while inside of the mansion. That's kind of a neat feature right there. Speaking of music, you can also go over to your piano in your living room, and the piano will play in its own tunes. This is very reminiscent of the Red Dead Redemption 2 and your Red Dead Online, and how the stallions work there. And you can choose between three types of music. Well, I guess for one of them being none, so nothing plays maple leaf, rag, banjo, and bamboula. So those are all the different options you can choose for music in the mansions. And I think many people ended up choosing the actual AI. And if you are a male character, she will call you daddy, and if you're a female character, she will end up calling you mommy. So I think this is the only AI that refers to you by a gender specific name. So let me know in this comment section below which AI did you choose through the OG Angel or the Heavyland. Now there's also a ton of mansion services options. If you go up to the AI on the wall, like for example, if you can fast travel to any of your property businesses, MC businesses, garages, services, vehicles, cargo warehouses, vehicle warehouses, which is pretty cool. You can also do a production boost to one of your active businesses. This can only be done every 24 hours in real life, so it's not every in-day game. It's every real day in real life. And based on many videos, it has also said that the best businesses to boost is a mat, bunker, and the acid lab, as those productions much faster rather than the other ones. That's kind of interesting. You can also get a bottle of champagne delivered to your kitchen. You can choose to host a party if you want. You can do also privately or publicly, that's up to your choice. And then you can leave the mansion in a personal vehicle like a luxury vehicle or via helicopter. Very cool. Now staying with the mansion management, if you go to the staff section, you can see you have the option to hide both the staff spa, nightclub, and the security staff. However, with the spa staff, your barber and a tattoo parlor will be unavailable when they are hidden. However, security will still defend your businesses even they are hidden. So you have got a couple of different key things there. So moving on to your one thing that about a secure wall that's kind of interesting is amount of money. You see in there's a little correlation of your how much money you have on person and also how much money you have in your bank account. So if you have a little bit of money, it's going to show a little bit of money in the vault, and if you have a lot of money, it's going to show a lot of money in the vault. So I don't know what the specific amount is to reach a certain amount of cash and gold in there, but it does change based on how much money you have on your person and in your character's bank account. And last but not the least, I know this kind of sounds very obvious, but you really can interact with everything in your mansion. Pretty much everything. Like if you see a place to sit, you can pretty much sit. If you go up to one of the rails that overlooks one of the beautiful views you might have, you can lean on it. If you see something on a counter, like whether it could be drinks or wine or a green juice, you can interact with it. And if you are not able to find a green juice, it is near your relaxing spa. Okay, the green juice, you can find it there. You can also play darts. You can pretty much anything, you can do it. So one thing guys, if you get inside the mansion through this way, all right, so that is basically you are entering your own mansion, all right. But if I cancel this one, so we are getting outside, but we still can get inside through here. If you just climb like this, if you're getting inside, so this things works like the other mansion, or maybe kind of like, you know, it's not like our mansion. It's kind of like a sample. The doors won't work, okay. Most of the things doesn't work here. If you climb like this is again a feature here. There's nothing here, their cars are not there, nothing is here, no gym equipments. So this is like a sample mansion, okay. From the outside you can't see inside anything, okay, like the regular another player. If you're viewing like that, unbelievable. You can even climb here, but normally you can't climb all this, the seats and stuff you can't climb, all right. I think you can climb here. Yeah, you can climb all this, but normally you can't climb all this. You can't go to this water as well normally, but if you climb like this, you can climb, you can go as well, right. So basically if you press the space button or if you jump in your mansion, doesn't work inside, okay, inside this garden as well. But however, if you were outside that time, right, you were able to jump, you were able to do anything, right. But that's thing is not there inside your mansion. One more thing guys, if you see here, I am inside this car, right, but however our car lights doesn't work even if you're inside the mansion. own mansion, right? So basically, if you were outside, then our car lights and stuff are on. You can hop into your bed, you can shower, you can change your clothes. There's so much I could talk about here, but just to know pretty much anything you see, you can just interact with it, or your character can do something with what's in a mansion. I know that kind of sounds obvious, but there's more places than you think to like sit down or do something or have a drink. So just go around in all the rooms, check everything out, and you might find something that surprises you. But anyways, this is all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today, and that right here is 40 plus, more than 40 plus hidden details, and it could be might more and secret features that Rockstar Games didn't really tell about it in the mansions in GTA Online as a part of a safe house in a hills DLC update. So let me know if you have got any other secret features or hidden details that I didn't not mention in this video today in this comment section down below. I'd love to hear you guys that if you guys did go or enjoy this video through a like rating wall, of course, be awesome, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel GTA Legend Grinders. And if you're new or if you want to stay up to date all to the DLC update videos, and I'll be living here on my channel, and be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube does not work, and if you ring the bell, you will always be guaranteed to be notified with a new video. Thank you so much guys, bye bye.